Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 159, SUPERBOUT III, Week 2 live reaction. I am Dustin Starr, and what a fantastic 2 weeks we've had here on Memphis Wrestling, celebrating 3 years of action. I'm not sure what's going on with the camera, guys, but I'm sorry about that. But anyways, welcome. Bring your questions. Let's talk all about it. We started off with the Internet Championship match. Might have shocked a few people with the outcome of that, but I think if you know Aaron Roberts, it didn't shock anybody at all, especially him and Justin Case. And then, of course, we had Hollywood Jimmy Blaylock's contract on the line. What a fantastic match. I think that was match of the week, and that's very, very close because all the matches were very good. And I think one of my favorite things of all time on Memphis Wrestling is the SUPERBOUT Battle Royal. What a fantastic Battle Royal to end the show. Tommy Dreamer, Blake Christian, Rhino, and so many more. And, of course, Maurice the Strong. And, of course, you can see us live tomorrow. That's Sunday, March 10th. The Murder Hawk Monster Lance Archer returns to Memphis Wrestling. Also, the Tennessee Cowboy James Storm rides into Memphis Wrestling, and it is going to be awesome. Plus, Reality of Wrestling champion Will Allday in the house. Get your tickets, memphiswrestling.tv. If you use the code word Archer at checkout, it will save you $5. Big shout out to Mike Anthony and the big man, Kay Toomer, who will compete in the finals of the Cobra Cup next week on Memphis Wrestling. But tonight, they are live in Houston, Texas, at the Last Stand Battle Royal at Reality of Wrestling. So big shout out to them. Also, get those tickets. We've got more shows coming up. March the 24th. Of course, we've got Hammerstone, who is recently signed with TNA Wrestling. So congratulations to him. Anyways, we have a big day of action today. We have a huge television taping tomorrow. And then, of course, WWE SmackDown is live at FedEx Forum this coming Friday, and it's the return of The Rock. So get those tickets if there are any left. And also, we're going to have some FedEx Forum giveaways tomorrow at the Wrestle Center. Once again, get those tickets at memphiswrestling.tv. What's up, everybody? Old School Dave, Steve G. Bo says, victorious Van Vicious. Hey, I'm going to tell you, I have to give credit where credit is due. Van Vicious had one heck of a showing here today. He looked very, very good, and he actually won this contest. He did have a little help from Jimmy Blaylock in the early going to help give him the advantage. But what a freaking contest for All the Way Ray. It was a going out party, whatever you want to call it. What's up, Rob? How are you? Nice championship badge there. You guys can join members only for just $3.99 a month. You get custom Memphis Wrestling emojis each week. And, of course, that championship badge that Rob has. And where's Eddie Kane, man? There's Jeffrey. He's got it. There's Eddie Kane, man. $5. Can't wait for next week, week 3 of SUPERBOUT III. Thank you so much, Eddie Kane, man. I really appreciate that, especially with the show coming up tomorrow. It is nearly sold out. I believe we only have some bleacher seats remaining, and we will put that $5 towards a family that needs some tickets for tomorrow. So we really, really appreciate that. Anybody else that wants to donate, just hit the little dollar sign in the bottom. Doesn't have to be $5. It could be $1, whatever you want. But what we do with that money each and every week is it goes towards tickets for those who can't possibly afford them to come watch Memphis Wrestling. So big shout out to Eddie Kane, man. Brian, what's up? He says that was a great match. Yeah, Van Vicious and All the Way Ray was really, really good. What's up, Joseph Earl Dawson? Cosmic Joe's in the house. Rob says, no wonder Maurice won. Barnabas had a plan. Man, Maurice the Strong, the strongest man in the history of Memphis Wrestling, took out Rhino and took out Tommy Dreamer to win the SUPERBOUT Battle Royal. I don't know about you guys, but I really love Battle Royals because you get a little bit of everything. Blake Christian, within the first 45 seconds of entering your television screen, was absolutely fantastic with springboard dives, 450 springboard splashes. It was just absolutely awesome. That's what Memphis Wrestling is all about. Willie says, someone please put a silence on Jimmy Blaylock and his Misfit crew. Well, I will tell you that tomorrow is when it's supposed to go down. Jimmy Blaylock signing his new contract at the Wrestle Center. So if you guys are in the Memphis area, get your tickets. They will be gone. Jeffrey, what's up? So happy to see Maurice win. He's one of my favorites. Maurice the Strong is definitely one of my favorites as well. Like him, very dedicated. And whether you like Maurice or not, you got to realize there's some skill there. Jason Johnson, what's going on? Joseph Earl says today's show was awesome except for Aaron Roberts and Jimmy Blaylock. I totally agree with you. What's up? Not sure. Rob Matlock. He says, Crybaby airing, winning the internet belt was almost as surprising as Austin Lane coming out for the save. Let's talk about that. Austin Lane making his return to Memphis Wrestling. And the last time we saw him, he lost the internet championship in a winner-takes-all tag team match with MKZ and the Boz versus Austin and Nikki Lane. He's back. Not exactly what we expected. So stay tuned, especially tomorrow. And those of you who can't make it tomorrow, you will see that air at the end of March and the beginning of April. Speaking of April, April 20th, we are live in Little Rock, Arkansas for the Arkansas Travelers Baseball. That is the AA baseball team for the Seattle Mariners. We will be out there all day. That's going to be awesome. Then on April 21st, Buff Daddy, who you can see his new Dark Side of the Ring this week, he's going to be live at Memphis Wrestling April 21st. All those tickets are on sale right now at memphiswrestling.tv. Ken Terminator, what's going on? William, love that championship badge. He said, great show. I appreciate it. Antonio says, hi, Dustin. What do you think about Cody's response on SmackDown? I hated that they went off the air before the whole thing was done, but very, very cool slap to the face. I'm a big Cody Rhodes fan. Of course, I'm a big Rock fan as well, and Roman Reigns. So this is like a kid in a candy store. Keith says, Blaylock keeps his job this week. Couldn't be any worse. I agree. Rob Matlock, that championship badge, says, love Brad Skimmelhorn getting gored. I will smile all week. Well, anytime Brad takes the gore, that's a good day for him, I guess. Or bad day for him. All the way Ray had to fight 4-on-1. He sure did, and he still looked really good doing it. Maurice should be a world champion. Ken Terminated. I mean, obviously, like, he's been out. He was hurt for a long time, and he was in a mix with a feud with K Toomer and also with the gun show in the Memphis Heritage Championship. And then he was put on the shelf for, 8 months. So he's back, and it looks like he's picking up even more than when he left off. Willie says Maurice the Strong versus the Gun Show. Brett Michaels or Big Swole, Justin Cole in a singles match. I would love that. Keith says also new internet champion too. Yes, congratulations to Aaron Roberts for picking up the big victory on an already injured Tim Bosby. Thanks to Aaron Roberts and his problem bombs. But I'm telling you, you guys heard me on commentary. I mean, Aaron Roberts' history and his family in the Mid-South wrestling scene is nearly unmatched. Second-generation guy. His brother is also a wrestler, as you've seen. His dad. So, I believe his mom was a wrestler. Pretty sure on that one as well that his mom was a wrestler. So, I'll get clarification. I hope Jimmy's new contract has a gag order in it. He can stay, but must shut up. I like that. Maurice is definitely future Heritage Champion material. Watch out, title scene. Oh, man. Maurice the Strong. Very impressive today. What's up, Manny? How are you? Ken Terminated. Dustin, I just saw Buff Bagwell on a DDP video. Lost my spot. It was heartbreaking. Did you see it? Yes, I saw that, and also saw him with Scotty Riggs. But Buff Bagwell is in really good condition. He just had some surgery. I think he's going to be good to go coming up on April 21st, but it's always good to have Buff Bagwell in the house. Rob says, I can't wait to see Toomer versus Mike Anthony next week on Memphis Wrestling. It's week 3 of SUPERBOUT III. It's the finals of King Cobra's Cup. And it's the genetic nightmare Mike Anthony going one-on-one with the big man, the master of Fat Jitsu, the 387-pound K Toomer. That's going down next week with King Cobra at ringside. Brian says Boz had a bad showing this week. Well, he was hurt. He was definitely hurt, and it was, just like Rob said, I was going to say heartbreaking, but MKZ's vignette was heartbreaking. If you guys want to see that interview in full, then you have to be a member. So go ahead and subscribe. It's only $3.99 a month. I believe that is a 6-minute heartbreaking interview from J.D. Rieger talking to the Memphis Wrestling Women's Champion, MKZ. Bo says, you think Cody takes home all the marbles at WrestleMania, beats Rock in a tag match, Roman for the title? That works. I think that's awesome. I think they should totally do that. Give the people what they want. Heritage title is the top title. That is right, Ken Terminated. Arguably, because the Internet Championship is worldwide, obviously. Just in case, stop by the chat to stink up the place. Yeah, I knew I smelled something. T-Ward's in the house. Another great episode, Terrence. Great job, man. All the everything from the graphics to the theme song to the open. Just very, very good stuff. One of my favorite tapings so far. Like Groundhog, get more Jimmy. Ugh. I'd like to see Maurice versus Crybaby Aaron Roberts. Wow. Cosmic Joe says, will James Storm be a heel in Memphis Wrestling? Man, I think it's hard for James Storm to be a heel anywhere. The people love this guy. So stay tuned. We'll see what happens William says, 2 things I'm looking forward to: MKZ getting revenge on Cassandra, and All the Way Ray getting another shot at Van Vicious. Rob says, with Justin Case versus Austin Lane, it looks like that's coming up, but stay tuned. And Memphis Wrestling, yeah, I'd say that it is. Okay, top title. Yep, good job, Bo. Jimmy is that unsufferable. He's pretty unsufferable. K. Toomer, Brian says. Let's see here, guys. Manny says he loves Memphis Wrestling. James Storm rules. Beer money forever. Get those tickets. Meet Cowboy James Storm tomorrow in Memphis, Tennessee. MemphisWrestling.tv. Rob shouting out Terrence Ward here. Andrea's in the house. Hi, Dustin. Love you. You're awesome. Thank you so much, Andrea. We love you right back. Old School Dave also shouting out Terrence. Got a couple of more minutes here, guys. We have a really busy day. We have television taping tomorrow. Lots of guests coming to Memphis Wrestling. So we're going to go to the Wrestle Center and just kind of straighten things up. I might give you some sneak peek behind the scenes looks if you're a member only, because one of my favorite things to do is to decorate the Wrestle Center with all the cool posters and everything beforehand. But I got to make sure that I don't give you any spoilers either. So can't believe America's Most Wanted is not in the Hall of Fame. These guys are still active. Give it a little time. James Storm back at the bar. Yeah. Willie says, how's Delicious DDT doing? Is her leg healed? It's dangerous, Diana Taylor, DDT. And she's in action next week in a grudge match against Nyx. We've seen that build up over the last couple of months. James Storm signed my hat, I think, says Jamie. Well, if he didn't sign it, then you have a chance to get it signed tomorrow. Andrew says, hi, Dustin. I was surprised to see Austin Lane return to save Tim Bosby. How about you? I was shocked. I don't even know what's behind this. I guess we'll have to find out from Austin Lane. Rob says, who will Murder Hawk face? The Murder Hawk monster, Lance Archer, has a rich history here in Memphis Wrestling. Stay tuned, Rob. It's going to be something very, very fun. You know, Memphis Wrestling, we like to have fun. So let's see how much fun we can have with a Murder Hawk monster saying everybody dies. Brian says, thank you for another awesome show this week. Love Memphis Wrestling. Thank you, Brian. I really appreciate that. We're doing our best just to tell you guys some stories and take you on a fun ride. Manny says, Dustin Starr, love you. Love you back, Manny. Thank you so much, man. Rob says, DDT versus Nyx, instant classic. Coley says, Cody Rhodes slapped back to Rock. I loved it. Ken terminated. Dustin Starr is the voice of Memphis. Sorry, Jerry. I think I've got a long time to go before anybody starts saying that kind of stuff. So I really appreciate it, though. But, man, I got to do it another 20 years like the King did. So wondering if Robert Roode would be back. I don't think Robert Roode's going to get back in the ring. I hope Murder Hawk versus Gaston. Oh, my gosh. That's a death wish for Lord Gaston. Andrew says, hi, Dustin. I'm super excited to hear that Paul Heyman, Bull Nakano, and the U.S. Express are going into the WWE Hall of Fame. How about you? I think that's great, man. Bull Nakano, I didn't even know that she was still living, and I hate to say it like that, but where has she been? She would have been a great addition in the legend scene over the last couple of years. Paul Heyman is an obvious. I wish they would have done Tommy Dreamer because he deserves to be in, especially in Philly. U.S. Express, they definitely deserve to be in, but I don't know that they go in as the U.S. Express because, I mean, these guys had careers on singles that was much greater than U.S. Express, but congratulations to all of them. I've got no complaints. Austin C., great show, Dustin. Will Martin ever be back? No, it doesn't look like it. Coley says LA Knight saying AJ Styles is boring. Antonio, do you think NWA will get back on YouTube? Yes, I do think they will. It's hard to stay away from YouTube. That's ridiculous. Bo says, I hope people steer clear of the entire backstage area when Lance comes back. He left quite a mess last time. Also, hey, Antonio, are they totally off of YouTube? There's no way they're totally off of YouTube. Dustin already got a 3-year start. Oh, people steer clear. Okay, I heard Bruna Nakano lost a lot of weight. Good for her. Okay, Andrew says, hi, Dustin. I'm so upset that Hollywood Jimmy Blaylock is staying in Memphis Wrestling. How about you? Oh, my gosh. And I'm sure there's going to be some shenanigans with this new contract. So stay tuned, Andrea. Nobody's more disappointed. Well, Terrence Ward might be more disappointed than I am. Let's hope Austin has changed his attitude, judging from what happened today. Keith, there is no telling. Was he saving the boss? Like, what in the heck is going on? I cannot wait. Willie says Bull Nakano is retired and living in Japan. I'm just saying that I'm surprised I haven't seen her at Comic Cons and being announced in the U.S. What about Dave Brown and Lance Russell going into the Hall of Fame? Jamie, I think they should. I know Spud Monroe went into the what is the wing? He didn't get a full introduction. I think they might do that with Lance and Dave at some point, unless they already did that with Lance. Joseph Earl. Oh, yeah. Dustin, Memphis Wrestling represented themselves. And Osceola. Yeah, we didn't really represent Osceola. We don't represent other companies like that unless it's a Reality of Wrestling or United Wrestling Network. But yeah, good show out there. Willie Bowen, did you see Nakano lost? You guys are all about this. Too Cool beat the Savages. Will this end the feud? What an awesome thing with the hood of a car. Absolutely crazy. Paulie Dangerously and the Dangerous Alliance rules. NWA still has content on YouTube. Of course they do. Thank you, Jeffrey, but I know they do. Been terminated. Is Lance Russell still alive? No, he is not. He was a dear friend of ours, and he is no longer with us. Austin C. Dustin, did you and your team is doing a fantastic job putting on a great show. Shows much success. Thank you, Austin. I really appreciate that, man. We are doing our very, very best. I promise you. I'd like to see Van and All the Way #2. I agree. Rob says, will Austin be doing a long get balls to trust him? Then wham. Oh, you saying Austin might turn his back again. Glenn, need Midnight Express on all of them. Well, Midnight Express should definitely go in before the U.S. Express, but U.S. Express do deserve it, so don't get me wrong. Thomas, what's up? Got a couple more minutes here. Shoot me your questions. Ken terminated. Jim Cornette going in would be interesting. Andrea, hi, Dustin. How do you feel about Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins versus The Rock and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40? I love it. I think it's awesome. I love anything that The Rock's doing. It feels like they're just really loading up this WrestleMania. Rob says, looking forward to UWN RWO exchanges. That's right. Kay Toomer and Mike Anthony are in Houston right now for Reality of Wrestling. Will All Day is bringing the Reality of Wrestling Championship to Memphis tomorrow for a taping, so it's already in the works. Lance passed away a couple of years ago, yeah, unfortunately. Dustin, any chance of Danhausen coming to Memphis Wrestling? Yes, I've been trying to book Danhausen for about 3 years now, so you guys send him a message and tell him to come to Memphis, and that'll help me out. Dustin, you and Maria are awesome. Thank you, Willie. I really appreciate that. Do you think both The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins week 1 of WrestleMania? I think that's going to be awesome. Calvin says, I still can't get over last week, Cassandra turning her back on MKZ. Tune in or be there live tomorrow and then tune in as the weeks progress. And we're going to see more on this story and try to get some reasons why. Antonio says only highlights and they do a live chat in the NWA YouTube channel. Okay, cool. Well, they're probably making some good money with the CW on that app. I got it. So good afternoon. Hey, Ronald, how are you? Will MKZ ever trust anyone in the women's division ever again? I think she shouldn't. Patrick Bell said, so why did I get Flex and tag team partner mixed up? I'm not sure. It's Tim Grind and Flex. Haven't seen Danhausen lately, says Rob. Me either. I'd love to have him in Memphis Wrestling. All right, everybody. That's all the time I have right now, except for this Andrew question. I think Gun Show has a chance against Cruel, but I'm not 100% sure about that. How about you? That is next week's main event. So we will kick off the program with the Cobra Cup finals, Kay Toomer versus Mike Anthony, and this is going to be unbelievable. But then also there's a grudge match, DDT versus Nix, and you know the history of these two, where Nix was laughing at DDT for getting injured, totally disgusting stuff. And then also the main event, will the Gun Show be able to fight to recapture his Memphis Heritage Championship that was taken from him by Cruel and delivered to Brooklyn? So it's Cruel versus the Gun Shows, what it's looking like next week, if the Gun Show can make it. Rob says, I know gold ruins friendships. Check it out, MKZ. Dustin, will the LA Hustlers ever get a push? The LA Hustlers are on TV every week. What does that even mean? If you are on TV and you are in a storyline, you are getting a push. Old School Dave, later, brother. Ken Terminator says bye. Dustin Starr in the chat. Thank you, brother. I hope to see most of my homies tomorrow. Yes, United Wrestling Network at 1 p.m. or at noon, 12 p.m. And then Derby City Wrestling at 1 p.m. And then, of course, we'll have some more highlights and stuff posted at 2 p.m. tomorrow. See you later, Ken Terminated. Rob, wow, Cobra Cup Gun Show versus Cruel stacked card. Absolutely. DDT gets revenge on Nix. Oh, yeah. William says, I know I sound like a broken record, but talk to Booker T and bring in Ryan Davidson. Okay, I'll look into that. Good to be back. I'm wanting to bring in Maven, and I want to bring in Zilla Fatu and possibly Jacob Fatu as well from Reality of Wrestling. That's all the time we have. I cannot wait to see you guys live tomorrow at the Wrestle Center. It is 12:30 VIP, 1:45 bell time. The Murder Hawk Monster Lance Archer returns to Memphis Wrestling. Also, the Tennessee Cowboy, the bearded outlaw Cowboy James Storm is going to join us. And Reality of Wrestling champion Will All Day will be in the house. Get those tickets, memphiswrestling.tv. Use the code word Archer at checkout, and you will save $5. There will not be tickets available tomorrow I will tell you that. Zilla and Jacob teaming together would be awesome. I meant, will the LA Hustlers ever get a shot at the tag team championship? Austin says, possibly. Stay tuned. Keith says, can't wait to see two former tag team partners square off in the Cobra Cup tournament finals next week right here on Memphis Wrestling. Good to be here this week. See some tomorrow and rest next week. That's what Rob says. Andrea says, bye. Thank you for answering my questions. Have a good day and a great weekend. You too. And I will see y'all tomorrow. And if I don't see you tomorrow, I will be posting a video here tomorrow hollering at all you guys and girls and telling you to come to the Wrestle Center because it's going to be off the chain. And if I don't see you then I will see you next week right here on Memphis Wrestling. I am Dustin Starr. Saying so long, everybody. Join that members only. Jamie, I'll see you there. Oh, yeah. See you guys.